Hello people of YouTube, I am Nitin and this is Couple of Rides. तो start करते हैं. We went for a ride after a long time on the Interceptor and this was a 750 kilometer ride to the mountains. And ये time बहुत दिनों बाद मिला था because lockdown पे lockdowns लग रहे थे. So finally we managed to take our time and pushed toward the hills and बहुत जरूरी था. We just wanted to clear the mind and everything. वैसे तो हम दोनों काफी सालों से राइड कर रहे हैं, but this time with Interceptor there were certain things which were new rather than they were out of place. So this is a discussion about what these things were and whether we can improve upon them or we can change them in certain way. But उससे पहले लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना और हमारा इंस्टा हैशटैग फॉलो करना बिल्कुल मत भूलना, which is a couple of rides, right? So moving on, आप लोगों की एडवांटेज के लिए हमने नीचे टाइम स्टैम्प्स छोड़ दिए हैं for a better navigation. So if you guys feel like going to a certain part of the video, you guys can directly go through that. Pillion के experiences. So सबसे पहला Pillion का experience ये रहा कि which is my wife. So उसका experience ये रहा कि back seat पे it was tiring and although मैंने seat modify करा रही है with better cushion, it was still not giving as much cushioning as possible. Maybe a harder cushion will help to this, but as of now I think the Pillion comfort on the seat was not great. दूसरा बहुत important factor था जो discomfort में add कर रहा था was bottoming out of the shockers. So basically on certain speeds and not even higher speeds, if there is a undulation, the bike felt very unsettled and certain times it also bumped. The shocker was bottomed out totally. That was a very discomforting experience because you literally hit the road and the shock really gets to your back or to your tummy. So I think that we will have to address it in some way. नी कंफर्ट का ऐसा कुछ प्रॉब्लम रहा नहीं. जो मैंने बहुत सारे चैनल्स पे और बहुत सारे लोगों से सुना है कि पिलियन के लिए नी कंफर्ट थोड़ा क्रैम्प रहता है. आई डोंट थिंक इतना क्रैम्प था, बट रिलीज करेंगे थोड़ा सा आगे रखेंगे तो भी बेटर रहेगा. बट अभी भी ऐसा क्रैम्प नहीं था बिकॉज आई रेज्ड द सीट, सो इट जस्ट गिव्स अस दैट मच रिलीफ. इंजन हीट, जी हाँ, इंजन हीट पिलियन तक पहुंचती है और इसके बारे में हम लोग कुछ नहीं कर सकते, बट फ्रीक्वेंट ब्रेक्स लेना बेस्ट ऑल्टरनेटिव है इसका. सो एवरी 50 to 60 kilometers if you're in the saddle, take a break, probably drink some water, hydrate yourself and then move on. It just helps with the bike and heat dissipation थोड़ा सा better हो जाता है. Interceptor engine and exhaust sound. देखो, engine is the best part about this bike, followed by the chassis. And at 40 kilometers on 6th gear to 150 kilometers on 6th gear, bike behaves like it is an automatic rather than a manual. Because gear change की कोई जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है. Full load पर bike अच्छा खासा torque produce करती है और आप आगे बढ़ते चले जाते हैं. So on highways, I think it is a very nice feeling to have, where the engine tractability comes to life. और काफी अदर मैन्यूवर्स, बहुत सारे ऐसे कट्स या टर्न्स में आपको बहुत फ्रीक्वेंट गियर चेंजेस करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है, which to me is a beautiful thing to have. रही बात साउंड की, तो बहुत लोग पूछते हैं कि साउंड चेंज कराने के लिए या साउंड बढ़ाने के लिए हम इंटरसेप्टर में आफ्टर मार्केट एग्जॉस्ट लगवा लें. तो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस ऑन लॉन्ग राइड्स ये रहा है कि लाउड एग्जॉस्ट बहुत ज्यादा अच्छे लगते हैं ऑन अ लॉन्ग राइड, बट कंसिडरिंग दैट इवन द करंट एग्जॉस्ट साउंड इज वेरी नाइस ओवर लॉन्ग डिस्टेंसेस. इट बिकम्स इवन नाइसर एंड एज एंड व्हेन आपकी बाइक किलोमीटर्स पूरे करती चली जाएगी, जैसे अभी कुछ 8000 किलोमीटर मेरी बाइक पे हो चुके हैं, आपकी बाइक में जैसे ही और होते चले जाएंगे तो बाइक की आवाज और खुलती चली जाती है. मुझे लगा नहीं कि जरूरत पड़ेगी, but in case you guys feel that you guys need more sound, which I do not advise, you guys can go for a exhaust. But as of now, standard exhaust sound बहुत अच्छा था. How much load can I carry? ये बहुत important question बहुत लोगों ने पूछा है. Important है या नहीं I don't know, but बहुत लोग पूछते हैं, so बहुत important हो गया है कि कितना लोड ले लेती है. ट्रेडिशनली रॉयल एनफील्ड की बाइक्स बहुत लोड ले सकती हैं. अभी हम लोग पिलियन के साथ एक टैंक बैग, 2 सैडल बैग और एक रियर बैग डाल के गए थे एंड दे वर ऑल लोडेड टू द ब्रिम. करीब करीब 80 मेरा वेट एंड अनडिस्क्लोज्ड वेट ऑफ माय वाइफ and some luggage. We were doing good amount of weight on the bike and it could pull through from whatever gear that you had to offer. So fourth gear में गाड़ी अच्छी तरीके से चढ़ रही थी on hill climbs and certain times you had to go down to a smaller gear for a steep climb, but overall it was comfortable and not that twitchy on the hills. It could have been better with a bigger tire, and I truly think that Interceptor will give you better control with a fatter tire both in front and the rear. So in the end I would just say that this 650 engine behaved very nicely on hills and gave us a meager mileage of about 22 to 23 kilometers per liter, which is okay. I could have, it could have been better, but it's okay for this engine. We felt on the highways that it could have had a bigger tank because in a distance of about 350 kilometers it was refueled twice, and on hills I had to refuel a half tank even more because the fuel gauge is just mad. अब Outtakes पे आ जाते हैं. So Interceptor, as I've said in many videos that I've done earlier, that it's not a complete bike, so to say, and they've given you merely a platform to work with, which is why the best two possible things in the bike are its chassis and the engine, and also the gearbox, which is also a part of the engine. But yeah, these are the two things that shine in the standard bike that you get from the showroom. And from this onwards, you have to build upon your usage and how you want to travel on it. So if you're a commuter, you would rather have some bags attached to it to get extra luggage or storing capacity. If you're a tourer, you would have saddle stays, rear mounted bags or tank bags and so on and so forth. And if you are a tracker, then you will modify it as per track. So it's merely a platform which Royal Enfield has provided. And I think because of this, Royal Enfield has made modifications in their bikes imperative. It's a compulsion to modify the bikes as per your usage. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये थोड़ा सा माइल्ड होना चाहिए था ये वाला फीचर कि अगर आपको मॉडिफाई करनी है तो आप कराओ. But in this case, the bike falls short as a standard model. मतलब standard model में बहुत सारी चीजें नहीं हैं. So to give this bike a really good riding credential, they will really have to upgrade a lot of things in the bike. And until then, it's just a Sunday riding motorcycle for a while. Until and unless you upgrade, it's gonna remain the way it is, from tires to headlight to handle to seat to tank. Everything has a margin of improvement because it's made as a platform, not as a complete bike, despite having a good engine and a chassis. Don't take me otherwise. This engine is really tractable and the chassis complements it in all ways possible. So on this mediocre note where we don't know where the bike is going to be in some years, I'm sure they will improve it. This is Couple of Rides signing off.